Hello, my beautiful Cancers. Hello, hello. Welcome in. If you're new, welcome back. If you've been here before, I'm Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. And we are going to be looking at the 3 months of June, July, August. Those happen to be the summer months where I am in Maine, USA. So we're going to be looking at those 3 months. We're going to do an overview. We're going to pull three cards for your career and finance and your home and family using two different decks, and we're going to see what June, July, and August will bring in for you, my beautiful Cancers. So because you're a water sign, I am using the Healing Waters Oracle for your overview of those 3 months. Oh, please remember this is a collective reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Also, please don't forget to give the video a like. If you're not subscribed and you like my style of reading, please do subscribe. I'm only 6 away from hitting 800, and then it's on to 1,000. So the card that you have from the Healing Waters is Birth Mysteries. Birth Mysteries. What are you being called to create, my beautiful Cancers? What are you being called to create? Isn't that a beautiful card? Birth rates are actually low and getting lower all the time. So, but this is being called to create something. It's not actual. Well, I mean, it could be. If you're about to have a baby or whatever in the summer, then look at that beautiful little newborn baby there. All right. You're a creative being living in a creative world. This is a planet of creativity and manifestation. Creativity is your natural state. What are you being called to create, my beautiful Cancers? Creativity isn't only for certain people, it's within us all. What would you like to create? Don't squeeze the hose. Loosen your grip and call the intelligent waters to flow through you every step of the way. Then follow it up with consistent action. Embodied creativity happens when we have a vision and act on that vision. Every idea in the world is pointless without this consistent action. Stay true to what you're being called to create and show up day after day. So, this card is basically telling you there's something for you to create this summer, June, July, August. Well, it may not be summer for everyone watching, but June, July, August, a time of creativity. So that is your your birthday time, right? Most likely is end of May and into June. I'm sorry, end of June into July for Cancers. So, yeah, this is the time of your birthday. Maybe you have a milestone birthday coming up this year in 2026, right? What do you want to create? What do you want your life to be like? I had an epiphany sort of thing when I turned 40. And I looked around at my circumstances and I was like, do I see myself here at the age of 60 with this person, which I didn't. We weren't married. We had been together for 7 years, and our relationship had slowly just fizzled out, kind of. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, and so when I turned 40, a whole bunch of things changed. I did love this person, but I just knew this is just not where I want to be. So, we parted ways as friends, or I tried to be. He was more upset about it than I was. And then I immediately started painting my house and making all these changes, doing all these things. And my son was like, so-and-so was really holding you back, Mom. And I think he was 8 at the time. No, he wasn't. He was 12. 4, 7, 11 or 12. And I was like, wow, like he really noticed the change in me, my attitude, my creativity, it was just, I had a new spark for life. And I was alone for 2.5 years, as a single mom before I started dating again. But anyway, so you may have something like that happen to you this summer where you're like, okay, what am I doing? Where am I going? Do I like my job? Do I like my relationship? Do I like where I live? Something like that, Cancers, could happen for you during this time of June, July, August this year. How interesting would that be? Okay, I'm going to pause the camera and face it down to the tarot, and we're going to see what is going to happen for those other subjects. Okay, so I'm going to use the gold foil deck for money, career, finance, just because I feel like, gold is like money. I mean, we don't necessarily buy things with gold coins right now, but it could be coming. Gold and silver. Everybody that I listen to, not everybody, but a lot of people that I listen to online, channelers, mediums, psychics, other readers, have been saying that gold and silver is going to make a comeback, and that is going to become our currency. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. So career and finance. Let's have 3 cards for my beautiful Cancers for career and finance. 7 of Wands. It's hard for me to see. The Hierophant. Teaching and wisdom. Career and finance. What is going on? What is going on for career and finance? Okay. Oh boy. All right, so the first card out for career and finance, June, July, August, is the 7 of Wands. This is kind of defending your position. You see how he's got that wand across his body? And there are 6 wands kind of pointing toward him. He's standing his ground. 7s are reflection. This is looking back at what you've done and how you've done it. Now, remember, this is career, finance, money. So there's something in June, July, August, sometime in that time frame where you're going to have to defend either your spending or your saving or changing jobs. You're going to have to defend something to do with your money situation. And then you have the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy. This is bull in a china closet energy. This is 5, which is change. Did I say what that? Yes, 7. So 5s are change. Now the Hierophant is also it can be about traditions, right? Maybe you're right now in a traditional type of job and you want something new and different. Maybe you want to work for yourself. Maybe you're tired of punching a time clock. Maybe you want to break with tradition. Or it could be the opposite. You could possibly have had your own business and you're just tired of it and you just want to clock in, and when you clock out, go home and forget about things. When you own your own business, it's constant. It's 24/7. So it could be that. It's also, you see these keys down here and these other, they look like monks because of the way their heads are, but this is also about teaching, wisdom, learning. So maybe there's going to be something that you're going to learn about yourself. That's kind of what I'm feeling with this. There's something you're going to learn about yourself when it comes to career and finances that you want to change. Either you want to spend more or save more. You may have a realization that I'm going to work, I'm getting a paycheck, I've got my 401k, I've got my savings, and you're like, I'm not even enjoying what I'm working for. So you may have that kind of an epiphany where I need to enjoy this more, And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady forward movement. So for some of you, you may feel like your finances are going really slow. Maybe you're trying to get some things paid off. Maybe you're trying to save up for a vacation and you just feel like it's going so slow, you can't even take it. You're like, oh, come on. Like, can we speed this up? How am I going to get more savings? How am I going to get to that goal? Excuse me. How am I going to get to that goal that I'm really looking for? And, the Spirit is just telling me to pull some cards from this Gilded Tarot. All right, we will see what comes out. I don't know. The money thing seems a little complicated. The career, money, finance for you, Cancer, seems like it's a little complicated. Defending what you're saving or spending, either learning more, getting more wisdom about that, or breaking with tradition or sticking with tradition. Oh my gosh. Seven of Pentacles. That's your second seven. Ace of Wands. These readings are just going to take their own form, right? We're just going to see what happens. I like these kind of free-flowing, fluid. All right, that's all they want. So, now you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is deciding what to do with what you know, your skills, deciding what to do with the money that you have, the money that you've saved, right? You're defending what you're doing with your money. Two sevens here, right? And she's standing beneath this tree that has all of her knowledge, all of her savings, all of her 401k with a basket, trying to figure out, do I want to do this? What do I want to do with it? So yeah, that's not surprising to me that card came out. And then you have this beautiful Ace of Wands. Some of you are going to have a new opportunity that comes in very quickly, and you're going to have to make a fast decision. So June, July, August time frame with career and finance, something's going to come in and you're going to have to make a big decision right away. It's going to be fast, right? Remember, this was creativity. What are you putting out that you want? So Seven of Wands, defending your position. Seven of Pentacles, what are you going to do with what you have? The Hierophant, possibly breaking with tradition or going back to something traditional. Also teaching and learning and wisdom about finances. That Knight of Pentacles, slow and forward movement, money-wise, career-wise, but then you have an offer or opportunity that comes in really quickly. So this guy is your savings or you're paying off bills. This one is an opportunity for something new, right? Wowzers. Okay, love that. So yeah, career, finances, money, looks like it's going to be moving and changing in June, July, and August. Something, new opportunity, maybe for a new job or a promotion, or even if you want to leave the traditional, because remember the Hierophant, you may have an opportunity to go into business with somebody, or a really good opportunity for a side hustle, or just leaving the workforce altogether. Okay, now we're going to look at home, family, friendships, personal relationships, let's say. Home and family and personal relationships. What's happening for my beautiful sign of Cancer? June, July, August, home, family, friendships, relationships. What's the message for my beautiful Cancers? Home, family, relationships, friendships, please. I'm using the Angel Wisdom Tarot. I really like this deck, especially when it comes to relationships, just because of the way that everything is depicted on the decks. I feel like this is a good one to use when it comes to relationships. Well, the deck's a little quiet right now. I hope everything is good where you are. You'll have to leave a comment and let me know how this reading resonated for you. If you don't want to say, you can just put a little emoji there for me so I can see that. All right, all three cards came out at once. The Sun, the Four of Cups, and the Dreamer. Okay. Look at this. The Sun. This can be Leo energy, but this is one of the happiest cards in the deck. This is Archangel Uriel. You see there's a person riding a unicorn, flying a flag. There's sunflowers. He has a scroll and a flame in his hand, and there is an hourglass there. A time of great joy and success. Brilliant epiphanies. Oh my gosh, we were talking about epiphanies in the money one, right? Brilliant. Oh no, it was in this, the creativity. I was talking about how I had an epiphany to change something when I turned 40. Okay, sorry. Brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. So in your family, home family relationships, it looks like things are good and happy. It looks like you have a really good and fun summer as far as with your home and family and friendships. Four of Cups. Cups being water and emotion. Failing to recognize a magical opportunity. Wait a minute. Twice magical opportunity. Magical opportunity, magical opportunity. Okay, so you're going to have to be on the lookout for that, because this card says that you failed to recognize a magical opportunity, missing the point, the distractions of daily life, discontentment or boredom, lost in your own world. Wake up. Okay, so maybe this is how summer could be, or this is how June, July, August could be, but you're not allowing it to happen, Cancers. That's kind of what I feel there. This is the possibility of June, July, August, of your relationships, your home, your family, magical opportunities. And this is kind of the flip side of that, where you let yourself get pulled down by a little bit of negativity or something, and you miss the magical opportunities. This is the Dreamer, which is the Fool, but in this deck it's called the Dreamer. And I'm not sure that Archangel M.E., who would that be? It's not Michael, it's Metatron, I think. A new start. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. And this shows him walking into this beautiful garden with his dog. He's got his bag there, and he's ready for a new adventure. So, new start. So this could be, maybe your family is going to do something they've never done before. Maybe you're going to take a long trip. Maybe you're going to rent an RV. Trust yourself. Push your fears aside. Maybe there's something that you've really wanted to do with your family, and you're just like, well, I don't know if we should spend the money on that. I'm not sure if we should do it. And you don't want to miss the opportunity. Maybe you have an opportunity to have a fantastic vacation with all of your family members being there, and for some reason you have some fear or trepidation about it. But I think that you don't want to miss the opportunity. If you have an opportunity to have everybody together, you, your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, if you have them, maybe it's you and your cousins, but it's something to do with getting everybody together. Let's see if the Gilded Tarot has anything to add to that. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. Oh boy. This is nuts. The Magician. Oops. my backdrop is caught in my chair. The Magician. Are you kidding me? Magical opportunities. This is telling you, Cancers, when that opportunity comes up, whatever it is, I'm not saying that it is a vacation. It could be, I'm feeling like vibes about getting together. It doesn't have to be a vacation. It could be at your house or a it's something to do with getting together with either family members, your own immediate family. That's all they wanted. Or a bunch of cousins, or I don't know, but it's something to do June, July, August with getting together with people you love. It could be a girl's trip, a guy's trip, something that you can create. The Magician, number 1. So you go from 0, the Fool, to 1, the Magician. Taking the leap of faith, planning this out, and then trusting that you are going to make it magical. Don't miss that magical opportunity, my beautiful Cancers, right? Okay, June, July, August sounds like it's going to be awesome. And then your animal oracle is Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. We were just talking about that. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Yeah. So learn from anything that you've been through, your wisdom and education, the Hierophant, right? Don't get caught up in fear. I feel like that's a biggie. I feel like you really want to do this, but either, let's say it's a girls' trip and you have to go ask or tell your husband or discuss it with your husband, let's say, and you feel like he's not going to want you to do this. But in your soul, you feel like it would be the best thing for you or your wife, right? It doesn't have to be, it could be a guy and a bunch of guys want to go on a golf trip and you have to go and talk to your wife and say, us guys all want to go for, 4 or 5 days to, North Carolina for a golf trip or whatever it is. It could be poker. It could be, whatever. But either way, when your soul is really calling to you, if it's for the right reasons, I mean, I'm not saying that. So here's a story for you. My husband and I live next to a 5,000 acre preserve. And last week we heard these guys over there after dark. They had headlamps on and they were just talking about, I'm so glad to be here and get out of the house and get away from my wife. And well, they were complaining about their wives. This is not the kind of trip I'm talking about, okay? When I say when your soul is calling you, I'm not saying that your soul is calling you to say, oh, I just want to friggin' get away from there. I'm talking about you feel like you really need this, whether you're a man or a woman. It's something you feel like you really need and want to do. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Cancers, remember, creativity. What are you being called to create? Is it something with your career and finances, or is it something with your home and family? What is it that you are trying to create? Remember to laugh at your mistakes. Remember to learn from your past, right? Maybe you have not done these things in the past and you just feel like it's your turn. And I agree. It is your turn. Okay, Cancers, until next time, peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.